Long ago, in the depths of the cosmos, on the border between dimensions, there existed a being not born of nature, but of sound. Pure, chaotic, an ancient sound. It had no name, no form, only a hunger to be heard. One day, after a powerful burst of radio waves was released on Earth during early nuclear testing, the entity detected our world. And responded. Siren Head did not arrive in a spaceship. It emerged, pulled itself through the veil of reality, sculpting a body from the remains of rusted antennas, broken loudspeakers, and forgotten metal. Its sirens were not just sound devices, they were gateways. Through them echoed voices of the lost, emergency broadcasts from decades ago, and distorted fragments of human memory. Its arrival wasn't an invasion. It was a signal. Perhaps a warning. Or maybe it was just the beginning. Want me to turn this into a longer story or a full creepy tale? In the distant year of 1905, when electricity was only just beginning to reach towns and most villages still lived by candlelight and superstition, something horrifying happened in a remote northern Canadian settlement, deep in the forest, something that left the locals in shock and fear for generations. The village was called Elmwood. It was small, home to no more than 100 people, loggers, farmers, hunters. One evening in August, just after sunset, a strange, eerie sound echoed over the treetops. It was something between an air raid siren and a distorted human voice. At first, the villagers thought it was thunder, but the skies were clear. Children cried. Dogs howled. And some claimed to have seen something, tall, impossibly tall, and thin, moving through the trees. The next morning, a few people were gone. Their homes were open, belongings scattered like they'd fled in terror. But there was no blood. No signs of a struggle. Only deep, unnatural footprints in the soil, long, thin, almost skeletal, and twisted pieces of what looked like an old mechanical siren that no one in the village owned. The local priest said it was divine punishment. Others believed it was the spirit of the forest, angered by logging. But a few had seen it, Siren Head. Over 10 feet tall, with dried, bark-like skin and sirens where its head should have been. There were no newspaper reports, the government didn't want panic. But a handful of diary entries survived. One read, in the northwest, where maps fade into blankness and signals die mid-air. No one summoned them. No one knows where they came from. But everyone who's seen them says the same thing, they don't scream, they transmit suffering. For figures, dressed in black suits, walk together like a grotesque delegation from another dimension. Their heads are not human, twisted loudspeakers with rusted metal and pulsing, tooth-filled mouths that don't just scream. They sing in the voices of the vanished. The first has a glowing green mouth, like a sickly light leaking from behind rotted skin. Its voice whispers childhood fears, the ones you forgot, but it remembers. The second has purple glowing eyes deep in a pitch-black horn, endlessly repeating a single name, yours. The third hums with the warped sound of an emergency siren, the kind that makes your spine lock in panic. And the fourth? The fourth never speaks. It just watches. And when it vanishes, so do you. Towns they walk through fall silent. People don't recall what happened, only the colors in the sky remain. A strange, too bright gradient, cheerful like a clown's mask, stretched over something rotten. The survivors walk in a daze, speechless, as if something essential was taken. And every evening, if you listen closely, you might hear, far beyond the hills, someone calling your name. In your own voice.